constitution, and it boils down to every other headline that you see, be it corruption at the county level and all these things. The kind of trips we see to State House, one talks about failure at the county level, the level of corruption at the county level. But it also speaks to the fact that the main intention was diluted. This constitution wanted to decentralize power and remove the focus and obsession from the presidency to the devolved units. But now we are seeing that everyone now is going back to the president. And they're coming as units from the counties. Now they don't go as constituencies, they go as counties themselves. Kiambu County was the latest. Do you understand the level of confusion with that? And the obsession with the president is still a long way to disappear?
First of all, that is an intended diversion by the president himself and his team of sycophants, because they have realized that as long as devolution is working, whatever they intend to do in terms of corruption, in terms of misuse of power, cannot function. And again, I was trying to imagine that the photos on your screens are saying that the Katiba is not for sale. And I was trying to imagine, yesterday in State House, we had like maybe 5,000 people from Kiambu, and they each went back home with money. It's public knowledge. They no longer hide it anyway. And I was hoping that every Kenyan who goes to State House from since when they started going can go home each with a Katiba. Or maybe after they are given the money that they receive, they can each get a Katiba, because it's not for sale. We should be having this document readily available. But if your intention to bring people together in State House is for them to clap for you and tell you tutam, and for you to start using this platform to respond back to your opponents, then we are losing it all. The fact that you don't have, you're not bold enough about your presidency to go to mashinani, because if at all you feel you're supposed to be a two-term president, you should go meet people where they are, because that was the essence of devolution, for us to decentralize power. So I would have expected that it to be the other way around, where the president goes to Nyandarua County, and for him to go there, he's not going to ask them what should be done. He's going to progressively say, we've done this and this and this, we are at here, our track record is here. But we have a country where the president and his team feels that they want everybody to bow down to power for them to continue living in these small box where they imagine that without them, nothing else should be running. That the president has audacity to tell people that as long as upande wenyu, you people are feeling, as long as he feels he's not getting the support that he needs from certain people in certain regions and certain counties, you are not entitled to some powers and privileges. And that is why you find utterances like, nyinyi nimeamua mkuwe watu wangu. That means previously you people have not been my people. And I am really looking at a situation whereby the problem starts with our members of parliament, because the people who went to the State House yesterday, I am a politician in Nyandarua County. I'm vying for women rep Nyandarua County, and any time that the president wants to meet people, you'll always hear the area chief making calls. Na nimeambiwa nitafute watu 200 kwa this place. We have reduced our administrative officials into being political tools. We should
not even be there in the first place. The provincial administration should not be there in the new constitution.
And now the problem is, despite them being there, the jobs that they have been given to do is not even what they had been put in place initially for. And I think until when we have, first of all, we have a president in power who did not support the constitution. So now I think maybe we understand partly why he is not one who upholds the constitution, because from the word go, he was not for it. But he is for it because it gives him the power and privileges to be the president. But when it gets to a point where he needs to uphold the sections of maybe opposition leaders, the section of Kenyans, the section of devolution, he does not want to uphold. Not once or twice have we had the COG complain that money has not been sent to them. Yet we can see the president and his team giving millions and millions in terms of empowerment. Empowerment that is not even budgeted for. And according to our constitution, anything that is not budgeted for in the budget, you should be telling us where this money is coming from.
Right.
And the moment we find that funds are being diverted from one area to another area, that's an illegality in procurement. But because we have a president who has decided to violate the Katiba, and he wants to take us back to the days where the president was the his word was the rule of law, and you have listened to members of parliament boldly recently when he said that they were receiving money from ministries. You've had members of parliament say tulikupitishia SHA, tulikupitishia. So we've reduced even our parliament and our Senate that we will be passing laws on behalf of the president. We're not passing laws to help the counties. We're not passing laws to ensure that mwananchi in Turkana or Kajiado or wherever else is getting the services that they need. We are passing laws to please the president. So I agree with you when you say that we have an executive that has decided again to do away with devolution and bring back the whole attention to themselves. This is because maybe some of them are yet to understand what it means to be in power, and because maybe some of them, when they were campaigning, they only were campaigning to win, and they never thought of, for a minute, when we win, what are we supposed to be doing? Because if they did, they would have envisioned to continue promoting and empowering devolution and not trying to bring back people to the obsession with the executive. And that is why you find members of parliament will be crying out there, nimetolewa WhatsApp group ya president, nimepigia president hashiki simu. Oh, nowadays I'm not invited to State House. And you realize that we've even had former Senator Gloria Rumba tell us in public that if you don't do some things in parliament or Senate, you are prone to not receiving some powers and privileges from the executive. You are prone to be discriminated. So I really hope that just like we do set books in high school, I really hope that the presidency and the executive and the judiciary and everybody else can for a minute say, we allocate so much money to everything else. Can we allocate the same money to printing of the Constitution and everybody gets a copy? Today, if you walk into a bookshop, you will find a bookshop selling a Constitution, and it should not be selling it. These are documents that should be free of charge. But I can tell you, you walk into a bookshop, it's being sold. Meaning, we can allocate everything else, but we cannot give a free document. And that is why you find people are quite misinformed. People are not even informed to some extent. And those who are informed have no place to act upon the provisions that they find in the Constitution.
And that kind of lack of knowledge or misinformation has led to a lot of graft at the county level. If you look at the front page of the Star today, governors are facing arrest as graft charges have been approved.